Dude, what the fuck?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the San Francisco 49ers. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And he returns this to the 22. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, Make sure you see your guys open before you deliver.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The Niners had 3-9 now on the year, and they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 25-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. That right there, career catch number 541, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Kellen Winslow, who also obviously played the tight end position.
Yeah, and helped revolutionize it when he was in San Diego. But how about what we're seeing right here? You're talking about 541 catches.
Touchdown! Danny Gray with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Niners are on the board first here this afternoon. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. Mayfield now on 2nd down. This one into the hands of Pitts. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Baker changing the play at the line. On 1st and 10, Mayfield eluding the pressure right. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. In motion left, Godwin. Going to the air again with Mayfield. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mayfield. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Mayfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They were maybe hoping for a little bit of a back shoulder fade there, and that's a play that's been in vogue the last few years in all aspects of football. But they couldn't get the hook up there.
Fourth down, Mayfield. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Trey Palmer, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Bucs are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But
he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was
cool. In the PlayStation on YouTube. Yes, I do. Go through the process when you start distributing videos.
Throwing, Mayfield. They'll roll him out right. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 33 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll elect not to run with it. A fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves,
Gamer zones, I think it took like 24 hours to get the link. Like, is it giving you some sort of message that's saying you can't link for some reason, or what's it saying?
That's what they just did.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. Down the left sideline. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, there's a reason they call him a ball-hawking safety. It looked like he read that, Charles, and he wasn't stopping there. After he got it, he took it all the way to the house to widen their lead.
And what's interesting to me, Brandon, is that our spotter, Bruce Murray,
that's kind of weird. Off the top of my head, I'm not quite sure why it wouldn't be showing you that, unless it's that you have an unregistered YouTube account and it just hasn't registered it yet.
And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A game there of 30 big ones.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about.
Yeah, bro, I'm not sure on why it's not linking. That's a wild one to me.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Rashad White taking it in. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. A 2nd quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Throwing on 2nd down, it's Purdy. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Purdy sets up to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Right now, everything they touch turns to... He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. That's down the field and caught by Pitts. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Mayfield down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On third down, Mayfield. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
As expected, he's gone to him several times in this game, but that's the first time one has slipped from his grasp. I'll bet he goes back to him, though. He's an excellent player.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier.
Run.
Now they're out there again to try once more.
Hey, alert! Pistol.
To throw, Mayfield. Flush to his right. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans from 17 yards out. And the Bucs continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Tackle made that time by Vita Vea.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
From the 25, here's a second down and 9. Back to throw, Purdy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Bucs are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Look at the big fella go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Kyle Pitts, 72 yards. And the Buccaneers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job. Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the 49ers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Moody good with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball.
Now Mayfield lost the football, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. That one may not cost him in the end, but still, obviously something the coach wants to avoid.
Oh, without a doubt. It won't cost the team because of where they are in the scoreboard, but it will cost the player who gave up the football.
Now Moody for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. first down throw for Mayfield. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Chris Godwin with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And the 49er hands team does its job. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock for 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now on first down, it's Purdy. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Second down, here's Purdy to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Out of his end zone, Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the right sideline. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Trey Palmer in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bucs will extend their lead here just before halftime. McLaughlin for the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Buccaneers 56, 49ers 21. Chase McLaughlin, the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And we'll still have time for one play before the half as this will be fair caught and brought out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bucs with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
They're on the 17-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Hey, alert 33.
Mayfield on first down. That's caught down the field by Palmer. Finding room at midfield. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown! Trey Palmer, 83 yards. And the Buccaneers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
49ers 21.
And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the 49er hands team does its job.
Ready up.
They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's Purdy. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
On third down, it's Purdy. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And Purdy, he's going to shift him around into something else. They'll look to throw here on first down. They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to get the football here at their own 23. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he'd won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Following the interception, Mayfield escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
On second down, Mayfield again. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 59 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the 49ers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football back at their own 17. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. What's that?
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. And he just throws this one away. That was a bit strange, and here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to...
It got his man complete. Down the sideline he goes. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Trey Palmer, 95 yards. And the Bucs are pouring it on. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. And the touchdown apparently not enough. They want more, an onside kick. And the 49er hands team does its job.
Here we go, set. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
A 2nd down throw for Purdy. Right side, and he finds Gray. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
70 Rangers, 77 Pirates, 7 Pirates, 79 Broncos. Street, go.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the 1st down marker was and getting there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Ayuk going to go in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. And maybe a little over-pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now a quick throw as they get it to Ayuk outside. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. From the 20, here's 2nd and 5. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs' 15-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Three quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the 49ers first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Danny Gray with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Moody good with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Oh, I think the Bucs got it, and they did. Tampa Bay football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and the onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
Palmer going to go in motion left.
He'll buy some time right. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete.
Now he's loose again.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Chris Godwin,
50 yards.
And the Bucs have got it on cruise control. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Oh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And the 49er hands team does its job.
Here we go, here we go. 19 Tiger.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
2nd and 9. Purdy now to throw.
That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot.
Warriors 70. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Buffalo 18. Go.
Purdy looking to throw.
That is caught. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Throwing here, Purdy.
This is caught, and he's across for a touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Moody good with the extra point.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Flush to his right. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Look, good hands there defensively, and second down. But Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 43 yards. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Yeah, the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And the 49er hands team does its job. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down.
So they held him to a short gain on that one. And it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 96 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's second and 10. This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. This one caught by Kittle. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown. But they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
An extra point try now for Moody. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
Buccaneers 90, 49ers 42.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling. He's got a man complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. McLaughlin for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Fair catch going to be taken, and this will be moved out to the 25. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season.